Yeah, there we go. Okay, you're gonna click on your main camera. After you have this open, you're gonna go ahead and put post-processing volume onto it. Look at your screen. Yep, just turn those on. Just mess with the settings to see how you like them. You know, this is how it'll look in the photo. You can mess with bloom as well. That adds a nice touch. If you have like sparkly metals on your avatar. Another one. Vignette. I don't think that adds anything if you're using transparent. But your best friend are going to be ambient and bloom for the most part. You can mess around with those how you like them.
I was watching. So weird. I was watching her mess with the settings. The intensity was at 0.
I know, because I didn't know. Okay.
Rest in peace.
Now, like, when it comes to posing your model, you can do it one of two ways. You can go on, like, Booth, look up, like, free poses and stuff. There's a bunch that you can use. You would just go into Gesture Manager, plug and play one of those. Super easy. Or you could pose it yourself. Same thing, using Gesture Manager, using their pose tool. Either which one, they both work. If you like how your Unity looks when it's on 2D view, but this icon generator won't do that automatically. You kind of have to go down. You can use field of view. Just put that all the way up and zoom out a lot, and it'll give the same effect as 2D. Sometimes you have to mess with it a little bit.
I have to do the blend shapes. I didn't know you didn't do the blend shapes. I have to do the blend shapes. But
yeah, you have to mess with it, because sometimes it'll disappear at a point, so you have to zoom in, turn it up, zoom in, turn it up. She's now in 2D view because of your field of view. And then when you have her all posed up and nice and cute, you just press save as PNG. Boom, you did your Unity render.
That's easy.
Yep, that's the easy part. The Blender part, however, it's easy, but it takes a little bit of, like, learning, you know? A little bit getting used to. So I'm gonna head over to my Blender. Let me put some clothes on her. Where are her clothes?
Yeah, because you have to do all your lighting, you have to do all the posing yourself. It's just a little bit more tedious.
Yeah. I'm gonna save this first. I'm just gonna do a little simple pose, put her arms down, call it a day.
Oh.
If you want to do complex poses, I always say go on Pinterest and get an actual reference of how the body should look. Because otherwise, if you're trying to do something complex, it might look odd if you're not paying attention to anatomy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put the arms down for this, since it's not really teaching the posing part. Posing's not my expertise. I'm just gonna put her arms down. She looks stupid. Yeah, we know. You need PBR maps. PBR maps are your best friend. So I'm going to send you a lovely, lovely website that I get all my PBR maps at. Or not PBR, HDRI. HDRI? Yeah. HDRI.
He sent me this site too.
Yeah, I got you.
I've been meaning to ask you, but I keep forgetting.
I'm going to send you this lovely website, Shay. And then I'm going to send you my own PBR map that I personally like to use. It's called Peppermint Factory. Or Peppermint Power Plant. I lied. So that website, you can grab any PBRs off of there. right to your eyes. Sorry. If you want like a different lighting, for now, we're just going to use the peppermint power plant one that I like to use. Because I know how to use it, and you need one. Just give it a minute. It's 85 megabytes, so it's going to take a while to send.
I thought you were about to say 85 gigs, and my mouth dropped.
No, 85 megabytes. Wait for that to send in a year or two.
Thank you, too.
She looks like the same in Unity and in Blender, which is crazy.
Huh?
I said she looks the same in Blender and Unity. That's crazy.
What? Your avatar you're working on?
No, yours. They look the same.
Oh my god, can
I
this
never
file
got why
please
they look
send
the
it?
same.
Please. Please. Yeah, there we go. Go ahead and download that. Into somewhere you remember, because you're going to need it.
I have a whole Blender thing that I like to just add files to. Boom.
Alright, you're going to take that fresh PBR map. You're going to head over to this little world tab right here on your Blender. Yours might be a different color than mine. You're going to go to color, you're going to press the little dot, and you're going to click environment texture. You're going to press open, and then find that PBR map.
Alright, I'm gonna go shower.
Okay. Now that you have that PBR map, you're going to head over to this little tab right here. You're just going to look at different mine, because I already have mine set up. Go to the little TV screen here.
Maybe just stay back, okay?
You're going to switch that Blender, click on it. Fucking click on it. There we go. You're going to switch your Eevee over to Cycles.
What? No, wait, what? Was that a concern?
Oh, she's gone.
Yeah. I recommend switching your CPU, the device, to GPU compute. Unless you want your computer to blow up. Yeah, there you go. That's majority of how it's going to look in your render. But you need some lights. You got some shadowing where you don't want it to be. So you're going to go to Add. And then Light. And then Point.
I don't have my glasses on. Light point.
And you're just going to move that where you want. It's a little buggy to work in the rendering view if you want to go ahead and switch back to the other view you were in. To see where to move things a little better. Which I clearly can't do. I like to put one light directly in front of the face. Makes all the difference. You can put in as many lights as you want. You can even change the color of the lights if you're already in that tab. You can go here. Change the color, change the brightness. Whatever you want to do. Just let me know when you're done setting that light how you want to, or if you want to add more lights, you can.
I'll just keep it basic for now.
Alright. We're going to go back into that TV tab right here. So, we don't want this render to take 20 years to render. We're going to go over here to render. And we're going to turn this max samples down to, I'd say, 20. You can turn it up or down depending on your quality, but 20 does usually just about fine without, taking 20 years to actually render. Now we have to add a camera. You can't render without a camera. You're going to go to that add button. And you're going to add a camera. Now the best way to kind of position where your camera is you can hover your mouse right between these two little lines. Like right Yeah, right there. You're gonna right click and do vertical split.
It did nothing.
Just click it again. You have to move it. Yeah, there you go. Right click your camera and set active camera on this side. Now, this is why we did a vertical split. You need to move your camera to where it's bestly positioned, because everything that's in that square is what's going to be rendered. Everything out of it doesn't matter. So you can go ahead on your other side, move that, position how you want. If you don't like the fact that it's a rectangle, you can go to this right over here. And you can mess with the resolution. Putting this down makes it, go into a rectangle, and so on. So just let me know when you're done messing around with that.
Is there a way I can, like, fix my camera because it's sideways?
Yeah, I can just rotate
like
it.
that. Okay, I didn't know if there was an easier way. Spawned in sideways and
Yeah, it does
looking
that. It's just
down.
Blender, bro. It's a little odd sometimes.
This is fine for now.
You can go ahead and switch your things, like opposite. Have this as the render view, the rendering shade. It's all right. Yeah, there you go. Now you have to go in and make sure you see this little camera icon.
Mhm.
Everything that is off, make sure that camera icon is off for it as well.
Done.
I am not done. Hold on.
My stuff is conjoined, so it's easier.
Okay. Now you could just go ahead and render that image. We're not done. Just gotta wait for it to render first. Oh, I forgot to mention, before you render it, if you want your background to be transparent, you have to go over to...
Wait, I missed a step. How did you even hit render?
I'll show you after I show you this.
Okay.
Wait, is it in here or is it in here? I think it's in here. You'll go in here, into the little TV icon again. Press film, and then turn on transparent if you want it to be transparent.
Okay.
Yep. Now, to render it, you'll go here, and then render image. Yeah, mine rendered like caca. It's okay though. Just practice round.
Oh my gosh, it's a render.
Let me move this over here so I can see if it rendered or not. It's rendered.
It's
Rendered very fast because we have our stuff on low. So, we're not going to close this out. We're just going to minimize it for now, and we're going to head to this compositing tab. I didn't say that right, but I don't know how to say it, so. We're going to head over there. We're going to turn on use nodes. And you have your little render image right there. We're going to go ahead and vertically, I'm going to put this away. I'm just going to drag this all the way there. And I'm going to vertical split it again. You're going to move this thing all the way here until you get to this little corner thing. You're going to switch this to image editor. Then you're going to press on the little image icon right here. And you're just going to look up, whoops, you're just going to look up render. And then click on render result. Now you can see what you're doing in real time. This is Blender's editing tab for the most part. This is where you can add your cool effects and stuff like that. The first thing we're going to add, we're going to go to this little add tab right here. We're going to go to this, we're going to look up glare. This is the first thing you're going to add. Don't drop it yet once you do click it. But but leave it in your mouse. The fun things about these, you can just drop them right in between your nodes and it'll auto-connect. So now look at that. You got nice glare on your model. The best way to mess with it is by moving this tab how you would like it. You turn up the glare, turn up the... I would say this blurs it out a bit. At least a little less transparent. Go ahead and mess with that until you're happy with it.
That shall be fine.
Alright. Another one I really like to mess with, my personal favorite, if you go to distort, and then you go to lens distortion. We're going to go ahead and just place that right in between glare and composite. See, the only bad thing about lens distortion that I have not figured out yet is it cancels out your transparency. I don't know how to fix that.
You can fix that in an art program.
Yeah, you could do that. I love this one personally. It adds that cool little, I want to say glitch effect. So we're going to turn up our dispersion. Turn up your dispersion to like, I'd say 0.4. And then you're going to hit projector. So it fits back into it. But it adds that little, you can turn this up too. You can add distort all the way up and then turn this up and it'll just make it have that little, yeah, if you turn distort all the way up to 1 and then dispersion all the way up to 1, it'll give you that little nice glitch effect. Depending on how you want it.
Perfect.
Perfect. Another node that I would mess around with, if you go to color and then go to exposure, I'm going to place that right in between lens distortion and composite. Turn your exposure up to how you want it. You know, mess with those. A lot of this is kind of just messing with the nodes, playing around with them, seeing what you like personally. Glare is always going to be your best friend. You're always going to add that to almost everything. Another good one, if you go to color and go to gamma, put that right in between exposure and composite. This will make the black things in your render darker if they gray out too much due to other nodes or things like that.
Gotcha.
And then once you've messed around with your nodes how you like it, you'll just go to image right here and then save as. And that will be your finished render. Congratulations, you know how to render now.
Yay!
Yay! Unity and Blender. They're pretty simple. Blender has more steps, but most of both of them is kind of just playing with the settings, you know, checking out different nodes or, you know, different, like, subjects, and seeing how you like it. That's the biggest part of rendering. Do how you like.
I literally can't find any videos on this.
That's the funny
Other than,
thing.
like, the speed, like, the fast, no talking, just going through it. And I'm
yes.
like, oh, I don't, what?
See, there are tutorials on this. That's how I learned. The thing is, though, is that they aren't under your usual names. Like, if you look up render tutorial, it's not going to show you, like, this stuff. It's just going to show you the bare minimum. You have to, like truly become, like, a real Discord mod and go to Reddit. You have to become a Redditor. Just look up rendering tips, like, in Google. Press on those Reddit pages, and they will give you, like, actual tutorials. Like, a tutorial that taught me this is literally called compositing. Composite nodes. If you look up rendering, you're not going to get that video. Everything has its own specialized name. We just don't know the name yet, and looking up tutorials under the name that we think it is isn't going to get us the tutorials. You truly have to become a Redditor.
I use Reddit too. I don't know why I never looked on there.
Yeah, Reddit's your best friend for, like, Blender tips and stuff like that. I know the pros are just all on Reddit. It's like a win-win.
See the pros?
But yeah, that's how you render in Blender, and that's how you render in Unity.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.